Let's go ahead and get started. Today's meeting should be pretty short because there's just one post on Google Classroom and it's pretty easy and straightforward. And then I'm going to kind of tell you what is coming up over the next few weeks so that you can be prepared for that. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you guys can see my Google Classroom. So most of you guys have been right on track, and I really appreciate those of you who have been coming to our class Zoom meetings every week. If for some reason you're not able to make it, I always recommend watching the recording that I post because a lot of questions can be answered. I know that last week was a little bit confusing because I had made a mistake and I had to post a second section of our process journal. So let's just review last week's stuff first, and then excuse me, and then we'll talk about this week, which there's just one thing. So last week you guys watched these two videos and learned all about theater foundations and some of the processes in theater. And then there was a stage directions quiz. If you were watching these videos, they talk about the stage directions, and that makes this quiz a lot easier. If for some reason you still struggled with the quiz, please email me. You can always reassess that. It's informative. Then I also posted the actual assignment, which was here. I posted this stretch activity, which was just a fun additional thing that you could do. This was your process journal here, and then an excerpt from the song Hakuna Matata that goes along with the process journal. But unfortunately, when I posted the process journal, for whatever reason, it didn't have the entire process journal. So I had to post a second section here that you'll need to do as well. So that was like a lot of confusing work, and I'm really sorry that that was so confusing. Excuse me. So this week's is a lot easier. It's just one thing, one little link that has everything on it. This is going to have, let's see, a couple people just joined us. Let's see who just joined us. Oh, good morning, Finn.
Okay, why are there two of me?
That is a good question. Who is Lola 2.0? And let's see.
They changed their name.
Oh, it's Danica. She keeps changing it. And I don't know who is writing in Korean or Japanese because Mickey's here. So yeah, it's helpful if you guys tell me who you are. But good morning to those of you that just joined us. I'm happy to see you. I'm at least happy to see your names coming across this morning. It is a beautiful day outside, and I hope that you shared some appreciation yesterday with the mom figures in your life, because yesterday was Mother's Day, so hopefully you remembered to say I appreciate you, thanks to whoever it is that fills that role. I know that not everybody has their biological mom or you know, different people in their lives, but there's a lot of really great people that can fill that role. And I hope that you have said thanks to those people, and I appreciate you. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen, and then, excuse me, talk about this week's task. So here we are at this week's task. It is Unit 4, Week 7 of online learning. And all you have are 2 videos and the Lion King process journal week 3. So you're just doing a process journal this week, and everything should be on this document. I double, triple checked it before I opened it and posted it. So today we are talking about story creation, how the story is built. And we've already talked a little bit about this before because we learned about story creation in our last unit when we learned about what's wrong, honey?
Victim, V-I-C-T-I-M.
Really, and I haven't been doing it at all.
Okay, I'll help you. Sorry. So we already learned a little bit about story creation when we did our last unit in comic art. We learned about some of these things. And so you guys are going to watch the video and then read this story synopsis. And then you'll fill in a brief description of what happens at each of these points. Then you get to create something. And again, these little create activities are just for you or for the people in your house. That it's just a great way for you to explore the lesson and the activity. It's basically what we would do in class together, but you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
So now you're going to learn about adaptation. And an adaptation is where you take a story and you turn it into something else. So maybe you have a favorite video game and you're like, man, this video game is so awesome. I really think it would be cool as a movie or as a play or something like that. So you have to think about, oh, what kinds of things can you do in animation, for example, that you maybe can't do in live theater, or you can't do turning it into something else. And so this is a place where you're going to just jot down your thoughts, man. If I'm watching an animation, there's a lot of cool things that the animators can do. Oh, Bethel's joining us, great. And let's see, Santi has a question. Go ahead, Santi.
For the create part, is that optional, or is it like we have to do it?
So I obviously can't be there to verify that you did it. This is something that I really want to encourage you to do, but I certainly can't be there to check it. So it's sort of just on your honor system. You're not going to have to, you know, do a Flipgrid or anything like that to record it. But I do want to encourage you to play around with that a little bit because it's just going to help you understand these elements a bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're talking about adaptation. And again, think about things that you could do in an animated film that you can't do on stage. Jot down your thoughts, and then you're going to watch this clip from the original Lion King and make a list of a few things that you can't do on stage. And then right here, it says pick a few challenges from your list and think of solutions. So these are ideas that could be solutions instead of, you know, having somebody eat a bug. You know, what could you do? Well, maybe you could do that with shadow puppets or something. Who else joined us? Oh, Evan's with us. Yay. Good morning, Evan. I'm so happy to see you, or at least see your name. My allergies are really, really bothering me today. The water plants are going. So we'll give Evan a second to join us. Good morning, Evan. So we were just talking about our tasks for this week. So if you go to your Google Classroom, last week there were a lot of things to click on because I just had a lot of stuff. This was the introduction material, then there was a quiz, then there was your actual assignment, which was your process journal. And because of a mistake that I made, I had to post a second section of the process journal. Excuse me. So there were a lot of things last week. This week, there's just two videos, and the process journal, which we were just looking at. And for those of you who, you know, have been doing this for the last couple weeks, I really appreciate what you've been writing. The stuff in blue is where you write things. Purple is the links, so extra links to things. So we were just talking about this last one, which was if you're making an adaptation of something. So you have this beautiful story, and for the folks on Broadway, they have this animated film that, you know, had already existed for years and years. And now they want to bring this animated film to the stage. Well, there's a lot of things that you can do in animation that you can't do on stage. And so these creators really had to think of unique and new ways to solve those problems and bring these ideas to the stage. So the second piece is character development. So you're going to watch the video on character development, and then you're going to choose one of these characters and write their name in the middle bubble, and then write the remaining names in the outer bubbles. Now, this document was a little bit tricky to create, and so I'm going to walk you through this process so that you know exactly how to edit it. I have it in red here, but what you're going to do is you're going to double click the image, and that's going to open up this edit box. Then you're going to add your character's name here, so whatever character you are focusing on as your central character here. And then I've also created text boxes on the outside for you to write the character's name. Once you've written that, you can save and close it, and it will appear here. Then you're going to think about how your selected character feels about the other characters at the beginning of the play. And if your character and the other character have a close relationship, you're going to write the word close on the line between them. So I'll do an example. So let's say I choose Scar as my character in the middle. And I'm going to go around and write all of these people. And then maybe this one's going to be Zazu, the bird. And once I've written all the characters' names, then I'm going to say, okay, at the beginning of the film, what kind of relationship do Scar or Zazu have? Do they have a close relationship or a not close relationship? What would you guys say?
Far.
Probably a far or a not close relationship. So once you save it, it's going to appear there. Excuse me. So you'll be able to, so I'll be able to see that, you'll be able to see that. I'm going to just fix this really fast for you.
Scar is the best Disney princess ever.
Oh yeah, I think so. Okay, then you're going to create using this diagram below, and the same thing again. You're going to select a character name from the above list, or you can really choose any of the main characters from the play. And on the inside circle, you're going to write your character's inner traits. So, for example, Zazu is responsible and a little bit nervous. And then on the outside of the circle, you're going to write what other characters think about your character. And so the same thing, you're going to double click on this, and you'll be able to write your character here. So Zazu, and then you'll be able to write his character traits. He is very responsible. How does he see himself? He sees himself as a caretaker, as an advisor, so on and so forth. And then you're going to think about what perceptions other characters have. So I have these two boxes here that you can write in. You can certainly make more if you have more. You can do this by character, like you can write, well, Scar thinks Zazu is annoying. He sees Zazu as a tattletale, or something like that to Mufasa, right? So you can write those things, and then once you save and close it, it will put it in the correct place for you.
Forgot to capitalize it.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's...
I think yours probably won't change because this is the problem I had last time. Okay, then there are a couple of questions here. How does your character's inner traits differ from their perception? And how might an actor use these perceptions in a performance? So you should have a couple sentences here for this answer. And then you have a reflection piece. This combines both the story section and the character section. So talks about whose story do we follow in The Lion King. And I'd like more than just a one-word answer. I want you to really think about that and why you think that. And then what is something you learned about a character that maybe you didn't know before through this process? Which character is most like you? And then write about your similarities and differences to that character. And then pick a moment in your life that would make a good play and outline the dramatic structure, just like above, just like up here. You're just going to write, this is what would happen. And then you're going to write a couple of sentences of how you would bring that to the stage if you were to act it out. So this reflection is a little bit longer than our previous reflections, but it's all in one place, and hopefully it's really, really smooth. Okay. Questions so far before we talk about what's coming up? Okay, no questions so far. So let me pull out my book here. So,
I got kicked out of a meeting 3 times. That hurts my feelings.
I'm so sorry. I really don't know what's happening there. That's really weird. Okay. Danica, do you have any questions?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, so I'm going to just briefly talk about what's coming up. So for this week, we're talking about this story and character traits. And then next week, we're talking about more of our character objectives and ensemble acting together in a group. Somebody had a question. Kennedy J, did you have a question? No? Okay. So next week, we're going to talk more specifically about small group acting. Santi, you had a question.
This is a random question. When is school over?
We're going to get to that. I'm going to go through all of that. So next week, we're going to talk about character objectives and ensemble acting, and this is where the actors really bring it all together. And then the following week, the week of Memorial Day, we will not have a class Zoom on the 25th, on Monday the 25th.
Do we have anything to do?
Because that is Memorial Day. So you won't have anything on that particular day. But here's what we're going to do. Because our year is kind of winding down, we are going to be talking briefly about technical theater and auditions on the 26th. So our normal Monday class will move to Tuesday the 26th. So I'll be sure to send out a little reminder to you, because you guys are going to have some options. This is going to be an optional thing. There will be some required stuff too. But there will be some options for those of you that want to audition for a small group reading of some scenes from this Lion King. So the week of the 26th, we will talk a lot about technical theater, and that will be the required piece for everybody that week. But then there will also be an option for people to audition for some character roles. And then those people who audition and get selected will participate the following week in a recorded small group reading / performance of scenes from The Lion King. And so those of you who are interested in that, I'll be sending out all the information. That is optional. Our very last thing that we will do is going to be the week of June 1st. June 1st through the 5th is our last academic week of the school year. And so you guys will, hang on. So June 1st through the 5th is going to be the last week of the year. And you guys will have a final summative that goes along with tech theater. So you're going to learn about technical theater. And then the week of June 1st, you'll have a final summative that you'll need to turn in to wrap up this unit. And you'll have a few little acting responses as well. Those of you who get selected to be part of the recorded reading of the scene will also perform that week, and I'll record that. So your very last academic day of school is June 5th, I guess, Friday, June 5th. The following week, June 8th to the 11th, is going to be a super fun week where we all are going to participate in different challenges. And try to earn points for our advisories. So the week of June 8th through the 11th, because the 11th is the official last day of school, the week of June 8th through the 11th, you guys are going to be with your advisory teacher, and you're going to have a list of challenges that you can do individually that will earn points for your advisory. So we have a list of like 100 different challenges that you can do. And you're going to look at the list and you're going to be like, oh, I can do that. Like maybe you have the opportunity to like go on a 3-mile hike, and you're going to take pictures of that along the way, because you do have to have evidence to prove that you did the challenge. To eat a worm. I'm not going to eat a worm, but maybe that's
an actual challenge. I am not eating a worm.
I will eat a worm.
When I was
It's
little.
so easy. Just eat a worm and then eat juice.
Colin has a question.
Disgusting.
Virus going around.
Colin. Oh,
Yeah,
ahead,
so in the last week of all these games, do we have to do it, or can we just like pretend we're absent since no one can tell since we're online?
So that's a good question, Colin. So we still have to take attendance until the 11th of June, because that's our official last day of school. So you guys have still been getting marked as present when you participate in your Zoom classes, or when you're turning your work in, or emailing your teachers. That's how you get marked for attendance. So the last week of school, Colin, you'll still have to check in some way, I guess. Mr. Parker will be sending out the details of exactly how that's going to look. But again, it's kind of like the earlier question, like I obviously can't be there to, make sure that you're doing stuff, but I do want to encourage you to participate because it is fun. Lola, did
I have
you?
a question.
Oh, Danica and then Lola.
It's a disgustingly huge question.
Okay.
Okay, someone told me that Sage is being remodeled. Is that true?
No, not at all. I was just
Okay.
there the other day and it's exactly the same. I mean, they did repaint my back wall.
What color?
The
White.
same color, white. Just because they refresh it every year because of all the chair marks along it.
All right.
That's okay. Let's see. Lola, then Santi.
At like the end of the Zoom, will you read the whole shared story thing?
Oh, did you guys add more?
No.
I don't know, but
Oh, okay.
I just
Probably
want
the
to see how
same
dark
thing.
it went.
Okay, Santi.
So for the last week of school, is it like different events and you have to say like photos and videos?
I'm
You
not
did this
exactly
with-
sure 100% how it's going to go, but I think that what's going to happen is the advisory classes are going to get the list of challenges, and then your advisory teacher is going to share that with the whole class. And then as an individual, you're going to pick which challenges you want to do. And then yes, you would like take a picture of it and post it on Flipgrid or turn it into your advisory teacher. And then your teacher would keep track of the points that their advisory class was earning and turn that in. The other thing that I just remembered is the last week of school is also going to be a time for you guys to go and pick up all of your supplies and at school. So we'll have a similar I imagine, I don't know exactly the times and the days yet, but we'll have times that you guys can go in, get your stuff from your cubbies, and also turn in anything that belongs to the school. Also, if you guys have library books, there's a drop-off box that is already outside, and so you can drop off your library books as soon as possible. Kennedy L has a question. Oh, and it's on chat. Okay.
I have a question.
When will we get the student council thing? Oh, Kennedy, student council, like the letter about whether or not you want to be in student council. I think that, I'm gonna double check, but I thought I just saw that the other day.
I just got it.
You just got it?
I just got it on like Friday.
On Friday. So Kennedy, check your email. If it didn't come through, I will. Nevin, you didn't get it?
Yeah,
You did or you did not?
I didn't.
Okay, Nevin did not get it. Lola, who did you get it from?
I think I got it from Miss Johnson.
Miss
I got it.
Johnson? Santi got it. Okay, so
I got
Nevin.
Miss
Here, I'll
Johnson.
look real quick.
I got it from Miss Johnson, but then I deleted it.
Okay,
Last
this is
year,
what I'll do.
student council member yelled at me.
Oh, I will post.
Yeah, I got it from Miss Johnson.
It's supposed to be saying Student Council 2020-2021, and then it says like a bunch of words.
Okay, so Nevin and Kennedy L didn't get it. Okay, so I will, I'll post it on the 6th grade Central Brain.
Yay.
Yay.
I have a question.
Okay,
How is
okay,
this
Danica.
council supposed to work?
I'm
You're cutting out a bit, Danica.
Is this good now?
Yes.
Does Shrek count as a Disney princess?
I don't know.
Okay.
I, for one, say he does.
I
I
think
think he does too.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Fiona is kind of a princess, right?
No.
Oh, Fiona's
No.
nasty.
Yuck. Yeah, Fiona is.
She's
He's a
disgusting.
monster
Yeah,
of a
Fiona's
Shrek is the
disgusting.
princess.
Okay.
Most Disney princesses are like elegant. That like fits Shrek much better. You know?
Shrek
Okay.
is so elegant.
Yeah, Shrek is.
Okay. So for the purposes of our recording, I hit pause a few minutes ago, and the first part of the video isn't there, so I'm going to have to re-record it for other people who are not here, but I'll do that later. So we're going to jump back into the middle, and we will watch the rest of the video here.
An important part of the playwright's job is creating distinct characters. He or she must be very specific about the words chosen for each character to say. This is called writing in character voice. Let's take a look at how the authors of The Lion King wrote distinct voices for Timon and Pumbaa. Pay attention to how the dialogue for each character is unique.
Uh-oh. Hey, Timon, you better come look. I think it's still alive.
Aye. All righty, what do we got here? Oh, Jeez, it's a lion! Run, Pumbaa, move it!
Hey, Timon, it's just a little lion. Look at him. He's so cute. $1 alone. Can we keep him?
Pumbaa, are you nuts? You're talking about a lion. Lions eat guys like us.
Did you see how the playwrights chose unique ways of speaking for each character that the actors elaborated in performance? For example, Pumbaa is kind-hearted and uses phrases like, he's so cute and all alone. And Timon is more anxious and uses phrases like, are you nuts? The playwright creates those words, which the actor brings to life in performance.
Today, we've examined storytelling in the theater and the author's role in writing a play.
Now, you will take turns as authors as you explore dramatic structure, adaptation, and writing in character voice.
Okay, So hopefully we have a better idea of that first piece of the story creation. I'm going to go ahead and after this meeting, I'll re-record the video for
How do
people.
you
who
re-record?
I'll just have to do it on my own, like through Zoom, because some people were not able to access the other video file. So I'll make sure that I do that for them. So don't fret. Lola wanted me to read the story that we shared before. Let's go to that on our stream page. Let's see if anything has changed since the last time. So the last time we were together, the snake had basically taken over Mrs. McMurtry and was going to get the students. Okay. I screamed in horror now. I wasn't just trapped, I was alone. Before I at least had my family and Justin. I decided I wasn't going to give up. I was going to take my chances. I put my foot against the door as soon as the snake was about to strike, and I leapt and plunged down the dark hallway, heart pumping, legs running as fast as they could. Suddenly I hit something. I saw again 2 slits for eyes. Was I dreaming? No, this couldn't be. I felt the snake strike my arm. The world began to reel. The next time I sat up, I was in a cell, everyone bearing down upon me. Why didn't you try to save us? My sister hissed. You shouldn't have trusted her, my mother said. Look where you've led us. No doubt to doom, my father bellowed. I looked for Justin. He's no more. I looked up, startled. There stood Mrs. McMurtry, hands on her hips, grin on her face. So it looks like Mrs. McMurtry has taken all of the people prisoner at the end of our story. So if you haven't read the story, definitely check that out. Enjoy reading
Can
it.
I just end the story by saying, and they all died by Miss whatever her name is, hand with venomous. Can I
And
just
I'll
end it?
just delete your part if you end the story.
Don't delete other people's stuff. It's fine.
No, if someone
joke.
ends the story, like everyone gets cancer. Uh-oh.
It's a joke. I'm never gonna have to.
Okay, does anybody have any other questions before we go today?
Yeah.
Okay, if you do have questions, please email me. I will be here again on Wednesday. We'll watch the second video together for those of you who maybe aren't able to watch it on your own for various reasons, because I know sometimes computers are weird. I hope that everybody has a wonderful week and get outside. It's supposed to be really nice this week. And and what, Lola?
Not in Montana.
Not in Montana? Oh, I'm sorry. Bye, Finn. Bye, everyone. Bye. See you next time.
Hey.